Oh my, what is this supposed to be? Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Nora, and this is Smitty's Way, the Nora Diaries. If you're new here, I'm just documenting my daily life. Doesn't get any more complicated than that. And if you're one of my returners, welcome back. So, yesterday was a day between starting late and the heat, Cheyenne. It was a day. But I'm happy to say that I got a good night's rest, and it's about 9:13 this morning. I would have started at 8:30, but I got a little delayed by setting up and all that good stuff. So as promised, I am going to try the Amazon line products that I was telling you about yesterday. But before we go any further, I just want to say, hey Kim, hey Maria, thank you for your advice about Cheyenne's issues. I really appreciate it. Duly noted, and I will do. Anyway, so now, and I also told you I'd be a lot more specific about these products. So, starting with this first one, which is the Adaptive Formula Color Changing Liquid Makeup with SPF 50 Hydrating Concealer, Long Lasting, Water Resistant, Natural Demi Matte Finish. And this is called the Chromia 4-in-1. And this is this product which is supposed to transform to my skin tone. Although when I did see other shades that would have been better for me. Sometimes Amazon Vine will give you an option of the shades that you want to pick. Sometimes they'll pre-pick something for you. And so this was the case here. So let's see how this is supposed to work. But first I want to put on my glasses, because the one thing that I didn't do was I didn't read the directions of how they tell you to apply this. So let me just quickly look how small this is. And these are progressive bifocals. And I still can't read this thing, but I think it's time for a new pair of glasses as well. I cannot read this. The writing is way too light and too small. So I'm just going to do what I do. I know I see a lot of content creators like applying whatever it is that they're using, whether it's a concealer, but usually, mostly it's a foundation on their hand and then doing from that. I kind of don't like that, but in this case, I think I'm going to be forced to do it. Yeah, I'm going to use my sponge. All right. Okay. And I'm taking note of certain things like it's not coming out. Okay. Now it's coming out. Oh my. What is this supposed to be? You see? Okay. So here we go. Let me use my sponge and my mirror. And yesterday, half of the video, I realized that I wasn't making any eye contact. And I'm an actor. I know to look at the camera. Anyway, but acting and content creating is two different things. All right, here we go. You know, I'm not even going to put this around my eyes. Here it is on the sponge. I'm just going to put it on my cheek and then see what happens. But I don't know. It looks like it's kind of it it looks like it's kind of doing its job. Oh wow. I'm I'm kind of shocked. It actually seems to be wow. It is giving me a light to medium finish. It also doesn't look like I needed this much foundation. Actually, I didn't, because a little does go a long way. All right, we're doing under our eyes. I mean, around our eyes. I just want to put a little more because I want my eyes to be even, but it does seem to transform, or the term that they used in the Vine advertisement was mimic. And wow, I am surprised. I am really surprised, pleasantly surprised. But is this a matte finish? I don't know. Maybe we have to let it sit for a second. But how long does it take to get a matte finish? I'm going to read the description again for this product, but I actually, I am shocked. Now, it is slightly paler than my skin tone, but to be honest with you, this really has mimicked my skin tone. I'm occasionally looking down, but I will remember to look back up. I can't believe that half of yesterday's video I was looking here instead of here. Rookie move. Anyway, it's pale. It is pale, but when I combine it with contour and bronzers, this would be, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have chosen this shade. It says natural demi matte finish, adaptive foundation, color changing liquid makeup. And that is this. Let me put the cap on so it looks official. And that is this, which is the Chromia 4-in-1. And here's the box. Yeah, the Chromia 4-in-1 color changing liquid foundation. So you be the judge. I mean, I think even looking in the mirror, yes, I'm pale. And I think there were other color options and I would definitely go deeper. But this is from this to this. That's quite remarkable. Okay, I am pleasantly surprised. And actually, what I'm doing here is I'm talking to you, but I'm actually doing two things in one. Once I do my review, I'm also going to do a video. And so probably it'll be shots and it'll be voiceover, but I need to take this opportunity to turn. And then hold on, let me get my posture right. And let me just get another shot of my hand and then my face. And then I'm going to turn, look, turn again, look. Okay, so that was just for you. Now I'm going to actually do it in a variety of ways so that I can figure out what shots I want to use. Because more than likely, it'll either be music with text overlay or it'll be a voiceover with shots of me and also probably a final shot of the product or maybe the product in the beginning. In fact, let me hold this up one more time without talking for the shot. One of the things I also have to make sure is that I'm holding it properly. And I probably will get some B-roll footage of me applying it. And now let me just do my thing. Hold myself up, shoulders back. I'm going to speed this up. You can thank me later. Okay, so I think that's enough of that. Boy, I'm going to have a time editing this, editing it for you, and then editing it for Amazon Vine and for my commercial. I'm probably going to have to make duplicates of this whole morning experience. Now that I've used this product, what I'd like to do is use the highlighter and contour and see how that goes. And then eventually what I'll probably... I don't want to do a whole face of makeup with these products because I know that I'm going to be doing it with Laura Geller. The next products are the Liquid Contour Highlighter Stick Set. And you get the Cold Gray Cool Tone Sculpt Contour. I'm trying not to talk. I want to get the shot. Okay. And then you have the Fair Rose Brightening Highlighter Long Wear Waterproof Blending Face Sculpt Makeup Matte Finish. By the way, I don't think this is, going back to the Chromia 4-in-1, this is not really a matte finish. It's a little pale, but I'll work with that. And this is promising a matte finish and a precision applicator, and that would be this. Also, let me do it one more time without talking. Also, one of the things about Amazon Vine products is there'll be a certain brand name in the Amazon Vine description. And when you get the product, there's a different name. So this, according to the Amazon Vine description, this is the brand is Anwuozu, which is spelled, let me just show it, maybe you can see it. Anwuozu. And it's spelled Anwuozu. But this company, Serum, something like that. So this company that actually is on the actual package is different. So, okay, so we'll try these. Let's start with the Sculptor, which is supposedly this. I think sculptor may be synonymous with contour, maybe. And then here's the applicator. Okay. I don't really know how to apply it. Of course, not reading the directions, but I think I need a brush. Let me try this again. A contour for what? I think it's a contour for somebody with different pigmentation. Yeah, that's not working. Now this is making this look even more pale. So I don't know about that one. I'm looking for a brush to blend this. And these brushes are pretty good. They're from Temu, but they don't really tell you which brush is for which. You have to figure it out. So I call these guys my no-name brushes, but they're pretty good. I'll just use the brush that I'm using for contour. Just make sure there's no residue from the last time that I've used it. This is what I'll say. I'll say, actually, it is a matte finish. It is a matte finish. Okay. It is a matte finish. And there seems, I'm looking at my, I'm surprised. Okay. I am surprised. I am getting contour. Look at that. That is giving contour. Now, clearly it's not the shade for me, but this gray has given me some contour. So, okay. I'm not mad at that. Now let's take a look at, that's what this brush is for. It's more for bronzers. So let's take a look at the bronzer. What did they say this was? They said it was a brightening highlighter. It's a contour. I thought it was actually like a highlighter, but it actually is. It's for brightening highlighter. And so this kind of confuses me because I don't know whether to put it under my eyes or on top of my cheek. Fair Rose Brightening Highlighter. I really should read the products. I wish the products were readable for me. I'm kind of at a tizzy as to which way I want to go with this. Okay, let's go in. Contour. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is a contour. I thought it was a highlighter, but this is most definitely a contour. And it's really bright. I actually would maybe mix this with one of the contours that I already use. I'm sure I'm not applying this correctly, and the makeup gurus would smack my face, but it is what it is. I really don't want to go too deep into this, and I'm also getting B-roll footage for the commercial. Let's see how this goes. Because once I try the Laura Geller product and also the other contour, I'm going to have to take the time to take this makeup off. Yeah, that's the only way you can really do it. So I'm using my sponge. It's really pigmented, even more so than the contour. It's quite pigmented, but it really blends out. But you know, as I told you yesterday, I'm really uh, haven't mastered this bright under eye look, or the little bright corner eye thing that is really so beautiful when it's executed properly. There's a content creator by the name of Sharifa. She specializes in fragrances like Daniel Renee. In fact, I even saw a vlog with her, Daniel Renee, and two other fragrance content creators. And her makeup is some of the best makeup that I've seen on television. I mean, it's just flawless. But actually, I want to see. Now, I see what I look like, kind of. Let me see what I look like in the mirror. Okay, actually, I think that this works. Yeah, I think it kind of works. It does work. The shades are, I would have gone with a darker shade, but surprisingly, I could actually work with this. And what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to give it a full glam look, but what I'd like to do is I would like to just put a little powder on it, and so I can matte it out, and maybe a little blush. I'm not going to really go into doing my eyes or anything like that. And even with the Laura Geller, I would do a full glam, but I don't think I'm going to do it on camera because then it becomes too long. And I might even edit some of this out, what you're seeing, because it becomes too long. And I want to speed it up so that you can see the beginning and the end. So that's probably what's going to happen now. But anyway, I'm just going to cheat a little bit. Normally, I would be using my pressed powder and then my loose powder. I use the LA Colors pressed powder, and right now I'm using a Wet n Wild loose powder, and I think I just shifted the camera a bit. So I'm just going to cheat and matte this out, and then put a little blush on it. Of course, you know my eyebrows are done. Isn't this wonderful artwork? Anyway. But I honestly, I am pleasantly surprised. And I'm just going to cheat a little bit with a little blush. I'm going to use a deep colored lipstick to balance out the paleness. And don't go spreading around my tricks about what I do on camera for my commercials. I mean, a girl's got to have some privacy. And honestly. But as they say, you know, it's no secret between friends. And I'm not going to add any contour or anything like that. But what I will do, I think I'm going to use a warmer blush because I'm kind of like a pink blush girl. But being that this is so pale, part of my review has to be wrong shade, but good product. And I've had many of those experiences with Amazon buying. I thought that I could make it work out, but both products are just too pale for my skin. But they work, and I would recommend them, just a different shade. And so let me just do my thing.
Hey guys, I think this is a good place to wrap up part one. Surprised? You didn't know this was a two-parter, did you? Well, guess what? Neither did I. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and I'm going to take the holiday off and enjoy the day. I'll be back on Sunday with part two, where we will finish the rest of these products and see how everything turns out. Have a wonderful and safe 4th of July. See you Sunday. Ciao.
I'm so fresh like the morning, mouth wide open like they yawning. Every time they see me, they in G-Shock. Homie, this is too far. Homie, I feel too alive. You can see me like Illuminati. You can see me like Illuminati. But I'm shining so bright, so bright. Don't come and try to share some of this light, no. Give me a beat and I control it like a maestro. Ladies on a mission, they be trying to get me wiped up. Shawty, wait a minute, can't tell if I like ya. Gotta make sure you know how to